Starts at 6:01, so we'll begin the public meeting. We'll begin our meeting. Swenson.
Audrey. Stewart. Delaney.
Great. Our agenda, let me review that first. We'll have a review and approval of minutes from May 15th and May 21st. A period for public comments. Then we have old business. On old business, we have the discussion on the tree removal on Tucker Mountain Road. We have an town attorney response regarding the Bradley Lake properties that we've been discussing and the potential for easement there. We need to schedule a couple of steps for the town administrator's review. Under new business, a financial report, highway supervisor report, beach, cemeteries, and park trash pickup. And then we're passing around right now the signatures on the yield tax for Jerry Hershey, payroll manifest, payables manifest, and the tax yield tax levy for the Richard and Linda Wood. We'll then go into non-public session under 918.32C. Matters which if discussed in public would likely affect the adversely or any person. And following that, we will adjourn. Okay. Select board members have anything else they'd like to add?
Question on, Wayne Road.
That's the non-public.
That's the non-public.
I don't know that it is or.
Yeah, that was my question too, is should that really be a non-public issue? Does it fall under this 91?
It doesn't have to.
I don't know. Why are we?
The reputation at stake is our highway supervisor. So if the highway supervisor wants to make it public, we can make it public.
I don't think his reputation's at stake.
So we will add that then to under new business. Great, thank you. Anything else from select board?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I'll get up there on the school board.
Okay.
And we're good.
Put that under. Okay, for minutes, May 15th, 2026. Any comments? Certainly.
I'll make a motion, we accept them.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. May 21st.
It's good to me.
Fine.
Just wanted to follow up on the May 21st public hearing. The 5% adjustment that we made to the contract, that all went through. She sent me the fully executed copy with the 5%.
Perfect.
So
I knew they'd take the 5%.
If they're happy.
didn't even look at it. So
Great.
good job on that, guys.
Thank you. Anything further on that?
Make a motion, we accept the 21st of May minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Time for public comments.
Yes, sir.
Fine.
I would like to express some concern. Between 2019 and 25, there are 79 tax bills that have not been paid, which comes to a total of $240,300, which would pave a really nice road. Of the 79, only 5 have a payment with. Seems like we need to be a little bit more aggressive about collecting taxes.
So our taxpayer does bring us the liens list and how to go through that process and your schedule be done.
I see it.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
I have one.
Yes.
You have one? You the gentleman, Mark. I told Don a couple weeks ago that I stopped, I don't know, did he tell you? I've stopped having anything to do with JP Park and beach. 5 years and 4 town administrators later, it's time, I believe. So I'm not locking and unlocking the padlock on the beach house anymore. And I'm really not monitoring the Cannon Keys problem. I did up until a few weeks ago when I realized it was futile. I had not kept my eye on it soon enough and it contaminated in the lake. And so
yeah, with their Goslings.
they're got, sorry, they show got age, but the Goslings are like that now. So I stopped over before I came here just to see, and there was a dozen people on the beach. And so I walked down and asked people what's the problem, and they said, well, over there it is in the park, but it's not fresh. Okay, so hopefully the people there are keeping them off. When I've been, it's been pretty new and I've scared them off. But I saw that the first house you go on when you're heading down, Channel, they're all in their yard. The entire 20 feet. Right before you get to the houses, yeah, it goes down to a chance. So with that, I returned all of the devices that I borrowed on behalf of the town, or I received on behalf of the town, the pyro launcher, the cartridge bangers, the scare eye balloons, and the Mylar tape. The Mylar tape was my last ditch effort 2 weeks ago because they were coming back. I was harassing them, hazing them. So I just decided I'm gonna make it your problem now. Not that it wasn't, and maybe it could be included at the wildlife management issue plan for the town, along like with the beavers and the geese. You can't really keep them away from Highland Lake because it's their habitat. But if you reduce the populations by scaring them away, which I did during nesting time, it kept them down. So for 3 years, they were not.
Yeah, the numbers seemed out.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let you know, it was a source of pride for me.
Oh, thank you, Jan.
Thanks for,
You've done a great job. Thank you. We'll figure out who wants to go on fire on the fire challenge.
Well, like I said, I could have kept, I'm like, no, okay, give them back. You're not really involved in this anymore. So I just want to go and enjoy the beach. Hopefully mowing of the grass will help keep down the old droppings. But there were 6 vehicles there, 3 men and a sticker
Only 3.
in the parking lot. 6 vehicles,
Yeah.
3 had a sticker, including me. Just saying.
We can certainly let the police know that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Other public comments?
I do. Now, I went to the transfer station the other day, and down the hopper, there was this huge couch with metal framing all over it, and, I mean, it's something that you go down the hopper for crying out loud.
What day was that, sir? Was it
Oh, just
Wednesday or
the
Saturday?
last dump open.
Yeah, so our C and D dumpster was over full and we had to take it. Normally, we wouldn't put it down the hopper, but it is acceptable for it to go into the MSW, but normally that would have gone into our C and D. So
Oh, so that was just an unusual.
that was an anomaly for sure. Occasionally, if the MSW starts to get jammed up, sometimes we will intentionally put something bigger just to kind of help ram it along, but in that particular situation, our C and D was completely overwhelmed, so we couldn't take any C and D normally.
I can't imagine what, and,
I can show you a picture.
Take me a check, what they do with the ash.
Normally what we do is like a couch, we'll crunch it up with the thumb on the backhoe and break it up and then just put it into the construction.
I think he was asked the same thing. When it goes now down, it's burned.
Oh, the incinerator, yeah.
I mean,
They separate the metal after they haul the metal out.
Yeah.
And the ash gets in another container and gets hauled off to a facility to pile it up.
And then I have another comment also. I think that we should form a recycling committee. I mean, I can't believe the amount of stuff that goes down the hopper. I mean, some people, they don't recycle anything and they bring in, like 14 black bags full of something. Who knows what it is? I mean, there could be all kinds of hazardous waste in that black bag. I mean, I think somebody's gotta do something about that kind of stuff. I don't know. I mean, I advocate pay as you throw. And I advocate starting forming a recycling committee for a lot of different reasons. One, they could write grants. The black bag situation, you know, I think it's not right.
So on you made the recommendation before on a committee, and I think we just asked if you want to start something.
Well, you know, I'm a pretty old cat, you know, like I'm 86 years old.
Yep.
So I think that the person that forms the committee should be a younger individual. I mean, I don't mind serving on the
And
committee.
we had one at one time, didn't we, Jen?
Pardon me?
Didn't we have a recycling committee
Yeah,
at one time?
Ken Rand.
So you got the experience. Huh?
Anyway, that's my public.
Okay. All right, thank you. Other comments? All right.
And what's the thing with Lenny Karen?
That is it's whole DOT and state issue, the federal rails and trails group. So that has nothing to do with us, although he did mention access to Kenniston Bridge. That again is more his pipe dream than anything else. It's something we really have, or should we really comment on?
Can I just ask a question? What's your advice on going over the barriers and continuing to walk?
I'm
The DOT has posted that section is closed temporarily, so, I mean, this is New Hampshire, the trespassing rules are very, very loose. The property's not actually posted, but personally, if you were my mom, I would advise not to step over that barrier.
Boy, I see Janet smile. Ooh.
She's my work mom, so.
So, yeah, it's not for us to comment.
Oh, I was just curious.
Yes,
No, the phone calls have been coming,
I'm sure.
nothing to do with me.
I think you want to jump in public comment. I don't know what the plan was.
Sure, we can do that. So this will be the.
It wasn't a,
Okay,
well, this is Sam Hill Road.
Sam Hill Road. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. I missed that.
No, you didn't. It wasn't on the agenda
Okay.
until earlier today. So I'll let you fill in, Dana.
Well, basically, I live on Sand Hill Road, and that bridge goes over Sucker Brook. In 2024, all of a sudden come up with this 15-ton limit. And I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do to fix it. It makes the logging impossible. It makes hauling material in there. Right now I need ready mix, for instance. The only way I can do it is to run them through the woods. You tell a truck driver with a load of concrete that, yeah, you can get there, but you gotta spend a mile going through the woods yard to get there. They don't jump up and down with joy. So I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do about it. Personally, I can't understand. He has one inspection here from DOT. They say it's fine, and a month later, you have another one. They say it's 15 tons. We were running loaded log trucks across that thing just a few months prior, running 100,000 pounds and never had a lick of problems with it. Personally, I don't think that bridge will ever fall down. That was built in the 30s by CCC camps.
Mhm.
One of the three in East Andover.
So the report that you have in your hand now, sir, is from the DOT. That's
So it's over 20. There's no posting.
correct. And then the very next one you'll see is from Hoyle Tanner,
Oh, this one.
that's Hoyle Tanner. And the second page, you'll see, like, right,
Must have been a structural reason, something why they changed it.
I don't know, that bridge has been through a lot. Originally, it had a stress concrete deck on it. And that got really bad. So I went to town, that's when Thompson was road agent. We come up with a proposal to do with the 2x6 pressure treated timbers. And the deal was that the town supplied the material and I redecked the bridge. I put the railings on, because prior to that, we didn't have railings.
Yeah, been over plenty. Been over plenty of them that didn't have any, just a couple planks.
Yeah, well, no, that didn't have anything. So when we redecked it the first time, we've done it twice now. I welded those on there and put railings on it. Now, the last 2 winters, the plows have busted them all up, bent them over. Nobody seems to want to fix them, so I did. They've got new railings on now and they're all straight again. I'm just trying to figure out, I'd like to be able to get the bridge that was usable again. That I can continue doing the things that we want to do. I should be logging in another couple of years here. So I think I gotta stop now, where things are going, to make sure that bridge is ready to take care of that.
I would not be overly concerned with a lot going over a 15-ton bridge. I had fully loaded truck and trailers over a 10-ton bridge and no problems.
Well, I agree with you,
But I think with,
if there is a problem.
right, but, and I appreciate
That
that.
Carroll Concrete, I tell Carroll Concrete, yeah, bring a load of concrete up there. He sees that 15 ton, he ain't gonna go truck.
Right, so I think we need
And I
to,
don't care what I say or what you say, he's not going truck.
right, that's where I think when we have a good relationship with Oil Tanner, we should ask them, okay, what are the actual limits? Are there for point, for dynamic, static pieces of this? What are there waivers at different times, both for loads? Or what would need to be done to take care of this?
We ran into this last year. I brought up in front of the board for Armin that he wanted to bring his 10-wheel dump truck over. I don't know if you guys remember that. And the theory was, well, Hershey was logging and bringing the logs over, so the logs weigh as much as his 10-wheel dump truck did. And we approved him using.
I heard you stop logging down there just because of it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, what I'm saying is.
We're trying to be good people.
No, I understand,
And not all the weight of that truck would be on the bridge anyway.
right.
By the time your front wheels get over on the other side, you're not even half the weight.
That ain't what the science is.
Right, so, and.
I agree with
So
you. I
the,
wouldn't argue with you for a
all
second.
right, so the engineering behind this, though, there is a dynamic load, and it doesn't take necessarily into account the individual point loads or where they are on the bridge at any one time. That takes engineering studies, which we have one, that I'd like to go back and ask the engineers for some more specifics on it. So I understand the concern. We want to support this. I'm not against it. I want to figure out what's the right way for us to do it. I'm an engineer. I want to make sure we're doing this the right way. Because they also put safety factors in. So, and civil engineers are famous for doing safety factors of 5 to 7 times. So I want to make sure what would be a reasonable amount during certain seasons. Can we do that and have the sign removed or temporary type of steps put in place for that? If not, what are the steps we need to take to have this bridge done out of either our bridge fund, and where would that fit on the list against all the other bridges and things we have to do? Understanding that it affects your livelihood. So we need to make sure we do this the right way, because we have a liability since we've paid them and have a professional engineer stamp on here to do this work. If we just say, go ahead and do it, something happens. I don't think it would, but if it did, then we are fully liable.
We're all in deep shit.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, yes. So let us see what we can figure out on this.
Why was,
The other part of that is the engineering firms tend to get a little carried away. And an example is a little further down the road is that culvert that's in there. That one there had some engineering done too. the town could have never afforded to do it. We have a 4-foot culvert in there, which replaced the 3-foot. And when the engineering study came in, it was gonna be 2 4-footers. Now we're gonna open the brook up and all this good stuff. We had to pave 500 feet of the road, so that if the water came over the road, it would go over the hot top. And it came down to the last week before our permit expired. And I came and I said, guys, we got to do something about this. And that was another one of the deals downtown with to supply the culverts. I did the installation. The town did help me with it this time. It was urgent to get it done before the permit ended. We put in one culvert. It's great. We didn't pave anything. We didn't spend an ungodly amount of money. But it worked just great. Yeah, the water's gone over the road a couple times, but they said we'd do that anyway. So you grade it. Oh, I do it with the York rake. I think I grade the road more than town does. I use a lot of the York rake an awful lot.
I'm guessing at that time, that was when Dennis Fenton was the chair of the select board and,
No, actually, that was back in 2016
oh, okay, so much more recent.
What
when
prompted
we put the
this
culvert in.
Oh, yeah.
oil tanner study? Why did we?
We have them do.
This was the regular.
The regular bridges.
They're
Our
on vacation.
part of that.
We had this basically same problem on Lawrence Street where they posted it. And we had people that were building houses at the time up on Beach Hill. So we had Hoyle and Tanner come down and reevaluate the bridge.
But that's something we should do.
And they said there was nothing wrong with the decking. The only thing they were concerned about was the scalloping that was on the embankments.
When I was just looking quickly at the study, it's more the movement and not the strainers, so the sharing.
Yeah, part of that is what are they saying is the problem?
That's what I was asking them, but
Because
what is the deficiency they're saying?
So it's on, they're giving some.
is it a decking or?
I see quickly.
What is a prerequisite for 15 ton? I was wondering that.
I think that, let's
Let's
get
get
them in.
let's get oil tanner.
We need to know what needs to be done.
Well, so we'll see what we can do to get this, but we'll get you an answer one way or the other. Thank you.
Fair enough.
All right,
We're gonna
moving on to,
We're gonna grade it.
We're working our way around.
I heard you already did, so we're not worried about it.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Thank you, Armin.
Under old business, the tree removal on Tucker Mountain Road.
That was Donna Baker Hartwell that we met with last time. I don't know if anybody had a chance to go up there and review the situation.
I did, yeah, I don't think anyone else did, Mark did.
Joe by.
Well, go ahead and give me your thoughts first, I guess.
Well, couple of things. One is, I think the ditching is perfectly appropriate for the road. As has been discussed, the town not own trees. And the condition has been noted for quite a length of time before the action was taken. And then the action was taken without any notice or consultation to the town, which is unfortunate, in my opinion, but I would say that the town is not responsible.
John?
I saw stumps.
Yep.
And I'm like, there's a lot of dirt roads in this town that have trees just like that. Oh, I mean, I hear Mark, I didn't see anything strange or unusual about the ditching. It's, it's not like we cut the roots or, the morning's closed or, So I'm like, there are trees like that all over town. So that was my thought.
Jim?
I just think it was a situation, act first and ask permission after.
Right. Well, I drove up there also and looked at it, and then I stopped in to see Les, because he had to talk about it as well. In my comment to him, he says the same thought he had. Trees are gone, you can't tell what it was.
Right.
I see stumps, and I agree that pine trees have shallow roots, but ditching looked fine.
Yeah, but the roots weren't exposed at all.
Not
It's not like they was cut from the
Right.
ditching or anything like that.
So my inclination, regardless of the other one, my inclination was to say, I'm sorry, but that's on you. Do we need
I
to take a
think we're
vote?
all in agreement.
So that we will not be compensating with it.
I make a motion, we don't compensate for the trees that were cut down on Tucker Mountain Road.
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you.
If you hear of anything like that, let me know, because I have a good rapport with the power company and the tree company, and I can usually,
Last time.
I didn't know anything about it, no one said anything.
It was done before you even got here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is something that goes back to 3 town administrators.
Yep.
Was the last time.
It's definitely not normal for a citizen to go and do that without speaking to me, somebody else from the town, and saying, I feel bad, do I really believe that they were gonna fall over? No.
But it's hard to tell when they're not there. You can't. Right. All right, let's move on to town attorney response regarding the grant easement.
Yes, gentlemen, I did hear back from Matt. His first pass through everything, seems pretty positive that, this is, a good way to go. He just needs more information, and I'm kind of coordinating with the Conservation Commission right now to get the information that he needs to really have the full story, but his, initial first pass was positive, so we're moving forward.
And John and I had talked about this earlier in the week. Let's just, please make sure everyone's up to date with what's going on there. Yeah, this is a good possible solution that will take care of it. Many rules wrong.
And so Matt would be the one who would drop the easement?
He would be a key player in that, yeah. He said this is a fairly common type of situation, so. But maybe not.
Doesn't seem like it's fun.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm surprised for me to hear that. but-
Not, the comments around.
Yeah, it's not a hard, heavy lift.
No, yeah, it shouldn't be. No.
Maybe more not uncommon.
I'm just getting my phone off, so I have my calendar for this next piece, which is the scheduled town administrator review. So thank you, Charlie, for sending out the rubric.
Right.
I will get you information the next day or two. I know Les has, you guys.
We have Les was gonna update it. I haven't gotten his update. Mark just got it.
Yeah.
And Jim, you got it.
I got it, just haven't had time to print it out.
Okay.
I'll do it.
So when would you like us to have that back to you?
Well, I think the next step is, and Don's supposed to get it too, so we need Don's opinion so that we can, we're all filling this out together,
Were
right?
you were copying on that?
I did not get a copy yet.
Oh, I thought you had the original copy. I guess I.
Oh,
It's the same.
Is it the
The
same?
same thing, it hasn't changed.
And I think-
I just, Mark didn't have a copy and.
Can you resend it?
I'll resend it, yeah.
It's been a while.
But the idea is that we put all of ours together.
Yeah.
We go down, we look through Don's impressions of everything,
Yeah.
our impressions, we come up with something, and then we sit and we meet with Don.
So what I would recommend is that our next regular meeting,
Right,
just the select board members meet, non-public, family meeting. And just to go review everything, come to a consolidated piece. And then the first meeting in July, we schedule to have a meeting with one public comment.
Can we do it public?
If you want.
Yes, yeah.
I'm game.
I think it's probably more, work sessions.
Or we can do a public work session. That's
Yeah, I
fine.
mean, I think both of them, depends on the meeting. I mean, if the meeting's quick, yeah, but, I think we want to spend some time to do this right, so I think it's separate.
Yeah.
First step is everybody's gotta get their comments back to me. So I can consolidate.
Want to set the date for the work session at the next meeting with Les this here then as well.
Okay,
All right, so if everyone would get their comments to Charlie.
next Friday, is that
Fine.
fine? You can do that, everybody can do that in a week?
Yeah,
What time? I'm a working man. I have to have a certain amount of time. I have to get off.
a sandwich before you're gone.
End of day next Friday.
Okay.
Jim, if you come in the office, I'll help you work through it, and we can do it together.
A pigeon might show up delivering it.
All right, so
And then I'll consolidate all those, distribute them, and then we can schedule a work session.
That'd be good.
Thursday.
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark.
Do we have other, town employee evaluation forms?
So the town employee forms,
We have the one that, I think Scott had started originally and then
There's,
modified.
yeah, there's some drafts of some things and we started to talk about this, I think, either at the last meeting or the one before. As far as tailoring them to the employee, to the role that they play. And, you know, to Charlie's point, you know, generic stuff, we're too small to have these, you know, mega corporate style reviews that don't really help people grow and improve. So right now, there are, you know, the chief is due for one. I know Alita is due for one. I know AJ at the highway department is due for eval. So that would be the next place I would start to look and work on is how do we want to do this? And the idea was that, you know, whatever it was 2 meetings ago to, you know, I'll work for the highway guys. I'll work with Jeremy. We'll set something up, bring those to the board, have you guys just sign off to make sure, yeah, this looks like a good review, and then they give the review is kind of what I was thinking, but.
And so were you thinking that you would come up with a form?
Standard form.
Sorry?
A standard form.
Yeah.
I think some of it would be very standard, and then I think there will be other slots for some more curated pieces to it.
Well, I was surprised when I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's like, you know, well, I drove by the old Lang building today, you know? And it's like, it just seemed like more corporate or something than.
it's more of an executive type review as opposed to just,
For the town administrator.
for the town.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
What we're doing is different. It's
It'll be a different type of review for the.
Right, but in the whole setup of it with, you know, you want to have some quantitative measures.
Right.
But this is like, seems like pretty totally quantitative in a way that didn't really seem to me to fit, but I haven't had a chance to come up with anything different.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, it's a rubric, so we have some standards of what the job is based on the, you know, the job description, right? And then, you know, there's places for comments on all of those different things.
yeah, I'm just not sure what the value of having each one of us rate on a scale of 1 to 5. 30 different.
It lets us know where the outline, where the differences are.
Right.
The differences of opinion.
Yeah.
Right, so if someone's saying a 1 and someone's saying a 5, there's a problem there. If we're all together saying this is a 4, or most of us say this is a 4, and some say it's a 3, we're pretty much aligned. So then, when we have a 1 and a 5, we need to have some discussion amongst us to kind of come to a consensus.
All right, I'll look at it again.
It's gonna be all 5s, so you guys don't have to worry.
Pretty easy to have one.
Then we got nothing to shoot for.
Yeah, you got,
6.
you got to
Six.
set the bar low. Come on,
And
challenge me.
my typical focus on any of these, whether we're using a Likert scale like that or some other tool. What are the goals we're establishing that we think Don should be working on to come up? What is done? What are we working on for the country? What do we think are the important things? And then we come to agree on that ourselves, but then with Don as well.
Right, which is why we have him do it.
We're all going the same direction. That's, and that should be quantitative. I mean, it should have a qualitative component to it as well. Otherwise, how do you measure success?
For this job, it's challenging.
Yes, Jane.
Does the select board have some kind of review for itself, and could somebody?
Yes, every 3 years, we ask for. Other than that,
You don't want any feedback.
Could,
we get feedback every meeting.
Well, I can't imagine who would do that.
Not everyone.
That's true. Well, no, even no comment is feedback.
Could somebody lower the blind behind Mark,
Does
please?
it give him a halo or?
Yes. She deserves, but
You're gonna get sunburned.
All right. School board update.
thank you.
Is that adequate?
Yeah.
Charles?
Oh, school board. So we had our last school board meeting of the year. The budget is really good, this year. Last year, we returned, 700,000 to the taxpayers. We would anticipate that we're gonna be returning more than that this year. So it's all very positive. And it doesn't mean the money comes back, it means that the rate will be less.
And that, right, that's for our December.
That will be, right, so when we set the way it impacts is the way the rate will be set for in December will be based upon the return of the money from the school. So,
Right.
But that money doesn't actually go back into our general fund. They keep it in their reserve over there at the school.
correct, it changes the rate, the tax rate for next year. That's how it works.
And
Did
that's
they talk about why there was? Because
There's just been some savings. I mean, it's estimated, a lot of the expenditures are based on, previous years. And so you have special education costs or whatever, and you base it upon what you've been doing. And, kids can age out of the system, they can move away, whatever. So those kinds of costs can, work in our benefit. It's not that we've gotten more aid from the state, that's for sure.
that's,
So,
What I would like to see is a comparison of the last 10 years as to how much money they have actually had at the end of their season, end of their budget.
I did that analysis for the last 5 years, going back 10, it's been a long time, but I did it for 5 years pretty recently. And like Charlie said, last year, there was about a 700K. Otherwise, it's pretty consistent in the 20 to 30,000, they generally have a pretty tight budget. So I don't, that almost feels like an anomaly the past 2 years.
yeah, I mean, the healthcare costs were lower, I think, than anticipated. And, there's some things that again, because already now we're working on, the taxpayers have approved back in March, the budget for 2027, right? So these predictions were done way back when. So you're like a year and a half behind. When you write your budget, you're a year and a half from the end of that fiscal year. So, you take your best stab at it, and you don't know exactly how, some contracts are gonna come in, and, you don't know about student populations, the number of students and the number of special ed kids.
And I
So-
think that plays in a little bit to what Dan and I have been talking about as far as the town paying the school, aligning, theoretical information with actual information. And that would certainly help the town's cash flow positions if, because what has happened now, what sounds like going to be happening 2 years in a row maybe is, paying on a theoretical amount, which is pretty substantially higher than what actually it needed to be. And, we're scrambling to make those payments. It's just maybe now if they see this, gauge their confidence in their budget, and then
Yeah, that's just that discussion that we have.
Yeah, I think we have to keep our eyes open though, because we have Danbury that is closing their elementary school. And we have Franklin that's $2.25 million
sure.
in the hole, and we're right in the middle. So I think we really have to keep our eye on things, not us, school board.
I mean, I'd be very much in favor of splitting the school payments out over 12 years. And there's 12 months. Throughout the year, it's a combination, 12 years, 12 months and throughout the year. And I think, there may be some opportunity to tighten the budget a little bit. But it can go the other way too, and so that's the thing we gotta be careful of, is that, this could swing, in a heartbeat.
But we,
And that's where the
but that,
budget is hopefully, the budget's kind of the, hope for the best, plan for the worst. So hopefully that's what the budget's saying. This is worst case scenario. And then when we get to September, when we know the real numbers, then we say, oh, it's not as bad as we.
right, but we still have to make payments.
Right.
And in my mind, yeah, yes, once a month, step allowance is one way to do it. I would even say, do we make it 2-year payments? One every 2, one every
You did
2
the same.
payments a year. One the end of January, one the end of June,
No,
or the end of July.
And your tax money,
All of our tax money is in,
yeah.
and then it's lets us know.
you could discuss that with Sam. I don't
That's
know.
what, that's what I want to discuss with them. Yeah.
Right.
Because it helps them. I mean, they have the cash there. They're not saying, I'm not gonna get.
Right, and there's a lot of expense that's front loaded. So, you know, like in September.
Yeah.
There's like, you know,
That's their big time and
that's, right.
and that's when we get the real numbers too. And that's tricky because that puts us right, one of our driest periods is like, we're in that like no man's land.
Right.
It's
Right, but either way, we're paying the same amount.
correct.
We're paying the same amount. Right.
It's just when do we make.
It's just when you make, right, so.
And so if it helps us, so we don't have to get a tan, because we're doing it right after all the coffers are full. To me, that makes a lot more sense. But we're gonna have that discussion. Not-
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really bring that up. I just wanted to say that, you know, it's been a good year. We've controlled costs. Looks like we're gonna have a surplus again, and that's good news for.
Say 700,000.
Last year was 700,000. We expect to exceed that this year. So.
That makes me a little nervous. I mean, just. It makes me a little nervous. It's just, yeah.
The floor's gonna fall out of something.
What couldn't happen at a better time with December coming up?
So, well, we have to remember that does not affect our general fund.
Right.
Right.
So our fund, our fund balance is still something. We can only spend what we've already.
The municipal budget is, we're good. I mean, that is what it is. So
Mark,
So, with the whole, the wild cards aside, special ed transportation, all of that. Is there any thought towards, tightening up the budget based on any of the spending experiences of the last 2 years? Or is the wild card really not good? Is the wild card effect going to override any of that and the budgeting will look,
Yeah, I mean,
pretty much the same?
I think we do the budget, we do what we expect is gonna happen, and then you have some nice surprises, and that's what's happened this year.
So, but there's nothing that's gone on that you said, oh, well, next year.
It's not, we did,
This line,
no, it's not like we missed the boat on this and like, it's just, I mean, it's kind of across the board, just a lot of, we just did better than we had anticipated.
Okay.
So.
that's great. Do you think, Charlie, I mean, maybe you don't know, but do you think there's any degree of some of the staff turnover that they've had in their administration that, different eyes looking at things differently? Is it?
No, but I know Sam is working really hard at, controlling the cost and doing the job he's hired for. He's excited about it. He's been doing a lot of education. Some at the district's expense, some at his own. He's really taken on that role very well and has worked hard on getting up to speed and doing it right. So.
Yeah, he's been great to work with.
Yeah, it's nice to have someone that, knows what he's doing. I mean, Randy was filling in for
That's
most of the year last year, and
what I
that
was
was tough.
thinking at a
because-
little bit, because
Yeah, I mean, he's not a
he's not
business manager.
That's not his skill, yeah, and
Right.
that's where I was wondering if maybe Randy, nothing against Randy, just maybe different sets of eyeballs on it now, it may start to shift get a little tighter.
That's a superintendent.
Randy,
Randy
No,
was,
Sam.
hired. Sam is the finance.
Sam's the finance guy. They call him the business agent
York
manager.
is his name.
Yep.
That's, I've had some very good dealings with him.
Yeah.
Questions about the bus and some other communications about weather, and he's been very good when I've had
That's great. Yeah,
sex back and forth about roads and delays and,
he was the
That was Randy.
assistant principal.
no, Samuel.
Wasn't Sam.
Yeah, he was the assistant principal in Merrimack, and then they made him the principal. And then when this position opened up, he asked if he could do this, and he stepped down. I think it was only 2 years there. It was
Just checked, that was the contact that everyone was messaging.
Nice guy. Nice guy.
Yeah.
All right, great, thank you. Good news.
Yeah.
Keep bringing those. All right, let's go on to our new business, the financial report. I know Leah sent out to all of us, hope you all had a chance to review those. I think we should, if we haven't already, put that on the town webpage. Here's where we're at 6 month point in the year. And I'd say that in the overall, our general account is at 37.5% expenditures at the 50% point. So, yeah, that's good. It's when you start to dig into it a little bit, it has some questions. I gave Don a list of 2 days ago, I think, several questions that I had. Most of them revolve around the highway department, but which is,
We can speak.
well, it's, the highway department, I think my term was it's financially stressed, but when you look at the overall numbers, they're 44%. So they're healthy in some respects, but if you look at it line by line, you say, well, sand and plowing has a 162.
A contract.
Yeah.
And I,
So do we think?
that's the first on the list here, and so
Yeah, why don't you go ahead?
I'll just run down your list quick. So the first one that Dana highlighted was the contracted plowing and sanding. What we decided not too long ago in the accounting office was that we were gonna pull out the transfer station plowing. Previously, that was all hitting the highway department for the contracted plowing and sanding at the transfer station. So that'll actually, it helps us, but it doesn't help us. So we budgeted 20, our actual number is closer to 22,000. We're gonna pull about 10,000 out and shift that onto the transfer station side. Still over 100% utilization, but it's not 160% over, it's 103% over. So still not great, but Jeremy can speak to the winter that we had.
And I think all of us recognize that. Can you tell me how many times it's gonna snow is coming? No, I mean, we know that, on average, 10 storms. Yes, but this year we had 20.
Yeah, keep going.
Well, it's true. That's the time you gave me that 20 number, we had 2 more storms after that. But we also, it's not unusual us to not have a white Christmas. So, yeah, there's puts and takes there. There's also, I don't know what our stockpile is on sand. Because it's a part of that as well. And so we already have.
That's one of the things we were gonna talk about in the highway supervisor report.
Okay.
But do you want to do that now, or do you want to?
Well, no, let's go through some of it, because I wanted to know about like small tools.
Sure.
There's safety equipment, there's
Yep.
multiple things that I went through the list.
So
Some of them are small numbers, but it's just, sometimes they're one time, safety equipment is because, okay, I've got all my staff now, bought them all new safety vests, so, or wands, or whatever. I don't anticipate spending it the rest of the year. Okay, that's great. Thank you. You're 102%. Good job. Yeah. If it's, well, yeah, but I'm gonna need another $10,000 in November. You need to figure out where's that gonna come.
So speaking of small tools, and this applies to the entire municipal budget, we have not funded the capital reserves or ETFs yet. So
That does look
from the accounting operational side of things, we have to plug these numbers in somewhere. So there are numbers that are plugged into small tools and other spots that will hit CRFs and ETFs once those have been funded. But again, cash flow constraints, we just keep the money in the operating account until we can comfortably pay all of our bills, and then we'll fund the CRFs probably within the next month. And then a lot of the stuff will move.
just journal entries to
Just
from what it is.
Safety equipment, I'm not sure. I didn't dig into that one.
It's
too
a
deep.
small number.
It's
$30.
a small number. I don't.
$30 over.
The HD equipment leasing, that was the CD payment.
So that's it. Okay.
That's the CD.
That's where I swear to.
Payment, and it was, we were off by about $100, not even. HD equipment, again, like I just said, with the ETFs and CRFs,
Some of that will shift.
that will shift.
Okay.
HD maintenance, again, some of that will shift into the capital reserve. Actually, most of that will shift into the CRS for that. So that was easy. The transfer station, so that one actually is because of some new staff. We've added a few new faces down there. One left, we hired a new person, so he went and did his SWAT training, and then I've had a couple of our fill-in folks actually get SWAT certified as well, and then myself, Deb, Jeff, and Al recently went to the New Hampshire Recycles Conference, which is also counts towards continuing education. So that's why that expense is a bit higher than what we had budgeted.
And that's training, you guys are looking at this, but it's training seminars, it's $400 on the budget. But I think it's great that we're doing training, getting these guys and the stuff they need to get.
Transfer station fuel, I didn't dig into that one too much. I think that's pretty attributable just to the nearly doubling of fuel costs.
Now we get to the big one, Kristen.
This one is, we anticipated this one. So welfare, that has used up the entire operating budget that we budgeted for, and now we are starting to dip into the capital reserve account. I'm not sure which it is, but
25,000.
Just the rental,
What's that?
just the rental line.
There might.
Like, I split it up.
Yes,
There's,
just the rental line.
yeah, there's electrical, there's fuel, you know.
Yeah, but you see like in the report, you see like this person's name and then you go like down and then it's like instead of all being under like one, you know what I mean?
So,
it's for reporting too.
yeah, it like, I mean, under the rental. line?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know like you'll see someone's name and you'll think, why is he getting welfare? He's not. He's got a renter
That is.
that is.
You're paying.
It lands.
So he's getting.
Right, no, what I'm saying is, but he's there and then like you go down like 2 more pages and then you find another welfare entry. And then it's like you go in a couple of pages, you know what I'm saying? Instead of having, they're all together, right? So it's hard for me to say, oh, we got.
Because it goes in alphabetical. So I can't switch that. As if I'm paying
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Arnold and someone else down, it's, yeah. But that's why I always try to put a WF
Right.
in the.
Yeah, I mean,
So
if you see them,
know
then you can
that's-
tell, all right, that's what that is, yeah.
All right, the next two are related to the rec department, ski transportation and recreation other. Again, that's a revolving account, so as the soccer money comes in and the swim program money comes in, that will.
And I don't, frankly, I mean, I had a bunch of other little ones, but all small ones, but we've hit the top 6, 5 or 6, I think, of the ones that are concerning, but I think there are good answers. I mean, I'm hearing good answers, but I just want to make sure that, you know, we're doing a finance review, let's make sure that we have these questions, go through them. Yeah. I'm comfortable, I think they're.
Can I make one comment on the report? You post everything. We don't need a column that says who posted it, it says Christie on the whole column, like page after page after page. Maybe we can put a different column in there, like the payee or something.
That's a standard report.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We can
Yeah.
modify
I
that
can't-
to.
If we export it to Excel and trim it, I mean, are you really
I thought
studying the detail? Like,
No, I thought you designed the report. I'm like, well, that's a column we
No,
really
that's-
don't need.
that's-
I
because-
just downloaded from MTS.
It's just a
All right.
No,
standard.
Thank you guys for getting this. I really appreciate it. So, thank you.
Kind of related but not related. So exciting news, not next week, but the week after. Christian is gonna come down from MTS and we're gonna do a deep dive into the purchasing module. And depending on how we set that up, that may allow us to help with the issue of monies that haven't posted that don't show up on this report yet, so that that 30. Yeah, so, you know, we're capturing all the data, but right now MTS doesn't report on that data. If we start using that purchasing module, that will be able to do its own reporting. And so as we're entering in purchase orders, I'll probably be able to backdoor a report that actually shows outstanding balances, and then it would be a, you know, probably a little Excel wizardry to, you know, dump this report in plus anything outstanding from the purchase order module and give you guys a near perfect, you know, this is truly where we are. You know, more accrual like, but still.
It's still
keeping that
cash.
So it's like, it would be like an encumbrance line.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, which I think is all great. Yeah. What I'd be, for me, the next iteration would be forecasting.
That's a little harder.
I know it is. That's,
And again, I think most of our spend is gonna be highway department.
Yeah.
But then welfare is, you really don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I can forecast salary, I can forecast.
You feel like you're
everything
being picked on? Millions of dollars of equipment, 70 miles of road to maintain, the most employees, like this, well, I don't know how you could think it wouldn't be.
right.
And what I was gonna say was, everybody, you guys might work on a line, but those are all, we put in for a budget, a best guess where we think we might be. I try to stay in line on some of those, but it's, the bottom line is, I have to move stuff around.
No, that's understandable. That's,
It just,
well, I just want to make sure that you are thinking of it. Okay, I'm going to use this money that, so that you're going through that process. And I still have this bottom line number of $800,000.
yeah,
And that's what I got to work to. If I have to say, well, hopefully I don't need sand until December. Or I'm
yeah,
pulling things out of the,
no, I know.
but, yeah, so I'm gonna take some of the money from there. Comes November, you say, oh, I gotta get it, I gotta take that money from someplace else. I'm fine with that, because I work on a bottom line, we're held to the bottom line. So, you know, as long as you're doing that, but we're gonna ask questions along the way. I don't think it's a management, it's, yeah, I just wanna know, because that's all. Any other questions, guys? All right, I think you're doing a great job. You're 44%. 50% of the way through the year. I know we've got a lot of, you've got a lot, a lot of work ahead of you. And,
I know,
I think when you spend a couple $100,000 on Hoyer Road, you know, then all of a sudden it's, oh no, it's.
I know it's a big decision going.
I haven't got that far, don't spoil my surprise.
Oh,
All right. Any other questions? Financial report? Great, thank you. Highway supervisor.
Well, Jim already ruined it. Big Red's gone.
What's that?
The red truck is gone.
Oh, yes.
300 text messages, messenger, emails later. And it happened to be a friend of mine that bought it.
And he paid with a bank check and I authorized us taking, there was a earlier proposal at $7,000 cash. I said, put the money in the bank, and the guy never showed up. A day later, a guy showed up with it. So I'll get your bank check for 6,000, so money in the bank, let's do it. Instead of having that thing sitting out there, I know it's, but you know, that means we break even on the.
Just about.
From the line.
Yeah.
So it's something we can use.
Been using it.
What's that?
Been using it. We still have some stuff to do, but we've been using it. People seen it.
Oh.
Saving using my truck only when I need to. We've been using that one.
So I think that's great. What else you got to
What
report?
was it, excuse me, what was the authorized bid number for the one truck? Is there?
66.
No, we-
The authorized bid was $20,000.
Okay, so that's some further symmetry.
Oh, yes.
That was what I was willing to pay for that truck up to
Well, plus $2,000 for
the fee.
fees.
Yeah. All right, truck is sold. The hot box has been out. Flagpole up the North Road, Orange Street, Beach, Bradley. The first half of North Short Street, I don't know how many tons, but quite a bit we put out already.
If you have a chance, would you please try to get over on Morrill Hill Road? Both sides of the road now are getting really, really deep. So it's, you drive right down the middle, and if somebody comes, it's almost a head-on collision. if you have a chance, like there's other roads that might be more important, but that one is used quite a bit.
We're doing some patching, some ditching, some grading, some brushing. We have to do a rotation. And the amount of rain we've had has not helped on any of that. This 6-7 inches in the last 2 weeks has really slowed down some stuff.
It keeps the dust down.
Yeah.
Is that good for anything? I mean, I know last year we couldn't grade for a long time because it was so dry.
Well,
Is it good for
if
grading?
it rains like today and we were working tomorrow, you would grade tomorrow morning because you'd have some moisture.
Yeah.
But if it's too wet, no, it's the other problem.
It's
You're just
too
gonna-
wet right now.
The gravel that we have from the transfer is just a sloppy muddle. So you have to get that fine point. And then if we go and do it when it's too dry, we got the second calcium tank set up in the unit, but we have to get them filled still, which I haven't had a chance to. So everything's in progress. It just takes a little bit of time to get all this stuff moving.
Sure.
And I've been out helping them on the hot box, so that ties me up on other things. I'm getting behind on other things, but I did some stuff today.
Jeremy, real quick, these guys might be interested in the innovative surface solutions. It's a magnesium that we're doing this year, is that right?
Yeah, they already know. We have not, we've got the equipment, we are obligated to spend our budget line. But if it rains every day, obviously they understand that we can't buy $15,000 worth of calcium if it rains, but probably in the next couple of weeks, I'll have it filled. I gotta just put some water in the tank because we had to put the valves in. Better have water leaking than the magnesium leaking on the ground, so. That we will use it when we need to, and I asked them, quite frankly, if it's a wet year and we only do that one load each tank, is there any problem? And they said, no, they understand. They're just looking for a long-term commitment to help us with the equipment and the second tank, and they've been very good to work with. The guy came, put the other valve in, like I said, they were in the area. Like they said, as soon as you're ready, just give us a call and we'll fill it. Any questions on the tank? I said, no. The sprayer unit, it's very familiar. But anyway, yeah, been patching, hot box is working good. Each of the guys have been over. You gotta pull up and you gotta back under the hopper at the plant, and Cody's not here, but he will get a turn when he gets back. The old CV. The old CV, you already know it was going out. It's, the pins on the back, the piston, the chain and the bearings are getting replaced. The culvert got replaced on North Short Street. That's probably been gone for a good 15 years or more. There was nothing left there. It failed a long time ago. We repaved that back in before winter. The F600 had a minor, I don't know if we brought that up, it would dump, then he would have to wait for the fuse to reset. The company that put the body on came up from Massachusetts, picked it up, drove it down there, fixed it and brought it back for no charge to the town. Brake and clutch, I think that's who puts the bodies on for a new car. Well, they were very good, called them and they said, no, we'll be right up tomorrow. And I think it was 2 days later, but they did come and get it and no problems, because we hadn't used it dumping it much before winter. Well, a few times, but not a lot, so it's good that they took care of that. That truck's been working very well. And we didn't have to do the 5 hours worth of driving
Forget down there, yeah.
down there and back. We're continuing ditching on rotation, adding in culvert replacements. I have an extremely long list. Paving on Elbow and Flagpole will happen next week.
Well, at the end of Flagpole today, so was that them sweeping or was that us?
No, they're trimming and all their prep work.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's all stuff.
They marked it and then they,
Okay.
Who's doing all the lines and figures in the roads?
That's actually the owner that came to that.
Because it was done over on Laurel Hill Road too.
I don't know. That we're not,
Yeah,
that must be nothing to do with paving. That's something else then. I don't know.
Utilities or something. Oh, Morwell Hill, there's a driveway going in on Morwell Hill, so that's probably what you saw on Morwell Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just doing the roads. Yeah. No, they're just doing the trimming, the
I
sweeping.
saw that they prepped Flagel.
Yeah.
Existing driveway.
I don't know what night was. One night we had, class. I was already certified, but my whole entire crew is CPR, AED, stop the bleed and first aid certified. And our AED is, I'm not sure if it got hung up yet, but I left because I had other stuff to do, but it's at the shop. And then we ordered a small bag. I have one in my truck and they know what's in there. And then we got one for all the trucks. Tourniquet, basic, more than a basic first aid kit, the stuff that they just learned how to use. It'll be in each of the trucks that can drive. They have more classes coming up. I think they're all gone to class Tuesday about gravel road maintenance. So they're liking the training, we're trying to trickle in some training. They're very appreciative of that, showing them things and giving them some certifications to back up the work they do, which,
Where do they go for help?
I'm not sure with that, but they're all over the place. I think that one's in Sunapee, maybe, I forget. Another town hosts it, or they go to Concord. It's through UNH.
Okay, good. We should host it, do this work.
I was just gonna say,
I offered,
do it on my street.
I offered and they may do some.
I don't have that problem.
Show off.
Yeah, I would,
Dana.
we're working our way around high traffic roads, grading, working in the secondary roads, but we can't go from this end of town all the way back to the other end of town, back to this town. That's not how it goes. We are doing our best.
What's that grader do out on Route 11? Can you get up to 35, 40?
You go take it for a ride that fast, you won't be able to hang on. Something else I was gonna
I've seen
say.
people try to do it.
Yeah. Should have 2 wheels.
But everything's on a rotation, the same as plowing, it's a priority, and there's reasons why we go where we go when we go. Either it's health, weather, the amount of traffic, maybe complaints or a steepness of a road, and it's not just you call and say, oh, I need my road done tomorrow, that's not how it works. But some people don't realize that. Few people has been difficult to get them to understand that we are working our way around. But the grader's currently at the transfer station on that end of the town. They used to drive it back every day, back to the shop at the end of the day, and I said, oh no, boys. Leave it, check the oil, I'll bring you fuel. Like, it's saving, it's just to drive it back, to turn around the next day and to drive it all the way back down. Same with the backhoe, the mini. You may see from time to time, any of our equipment parked somewhere that a safe place, we no keys left in it. It's all insured, it saves us from the time in the wear and tear running back, and we don't need to. That's great. And we put cones, and you guys saw whoever went down, and more culverts we do, we will put up those little sign things that I got, just like I told people, post it, and a lot of people yesterday, today, said thank you, that they see us out patching. I heard another comment that, oh, we haven't done that many roads with it, we haven't seen it. Well, it's just like another one of our tools. We're gonna use it when we need to, and we won't be using it every day. And it's not to pave a whole entire road with a shovel and a rake and a wheelbarrow. It's for patching and repairs on the edges of the road and culverts or whatever we wanna use it for hot top.
And thank you for putting out that sandwich board on that North Road as well, that was good.
Yeah.
Or not North, that's short. Yeah.
Again, not just to show the guys what we need to do.
Yeah.
No matter if it's a dead end or a high priority road, we would be doing more than that, but to go through the motions so that if I wasn't there that day, that I know that they're doing what they're supposed to be, that they've shown the signs, the cones.
Perfect.
So how did it crash? Do you need to, in the driveway to fill?
Oh, had somebody already asked,
Yeah.
can you fill in my driveway? No,
Did they?
nope. No, right on Bradley Lake this morning.
I don't know, for an easement also.
No, this is not our part.
All right.
And,
Great,
the,
good job.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Oh, did you want to talk about sand? You were gonna
Yeah,
talk about sand
no,
earlier.
yeah, before I forget, I service the fuel filters on the pickup. Bud serviced the New London truck. And, Chris is the other international that we just serviced, was up for service again. But we are trickling in all that stuff too.
So good.
And then, we didn't per se send it out to bid, but that one of our sand contractors from last year, I think I mentioned it when we were done the meetings, I ran out of time. Offered $1 less per yard than last year. It is the closest, nicest material minutes from our shop, which is part of our procurement policy. I was wondering if we can just accept that and not truck it, or making it did not work out very well. And I think if you figure in, the sand was good from Danbury, but when you figure in the trucking and the time, it's better off to just buy it around the corner from the shop and not go through all that.
Who's that?
One,
Wonder-X is offering $14 a yard. I told him today, he was in the town hall and I said, I'm not set on how much I'm going to buy, but that rate is good for whatever we, $14 a yard. We paid 15 last year delivered from him.
What's Wonders?
Morrill Hill Road,
What road?
And right,
Morrill Hill Road.
by the,
the closest facility that sells good sand to our shop. They were like 10-minute turnaround time to deliver it a load.
So that 14 is delivered?
Delivered. We paid 15 last year.
How many yards do you think you need, roughly? I know you don't know.
We haven't even looked at it, but we don't have a lot there. Again, was my other problem, the budget of having the sand and gravel in the same line. I will be finding a way to change that come next. To me, it needs to be separated for me to, this is for sand, this is for gravel. If they're in the same line and they're A to Z different, and it doesn't help that they're together.
Yeah.
It's not like you can exactly cut it in half, it's. Like you need to tell people, we need 45,000 for sand, we need it for sand, we don't need it that. Oh, well, we need a little bit out of that for this, no, the sand, salt, gravel, what we appropriate that has to be used for that.
So is this basically a job order contract approach? They say this is how much I'll sell to you, we buy a contract for the year.
Yeah, a bit for the season, that's what sand do we buy? If I can do that with him, whatever I buy will be for that amount per yard delivered.
26, 27 season.
Right.
Cause don't forget, whatever we do, it affects 2 seasons. So if we get shorted, it snowballs into the next season, which is where we're at right now. We're on a low amount and you don't wanna have to buy any in April. March or April, try to put sand up, cause then you're using next year's money. It doesn't win well when you have to do that. You'll never get that caught back up. I think we have, I don't know, it's kind of like stretched out, it's kind of hard to tell, but maybe 1,000 yards there, maybe 1,100, 1,200.
Mhm.
But ideally, you don't want to strip the whole entire, you don't want to take the ramp and everything else out.
But I'm asking to educate you, how many thousands of yards, or how many yards do you use to put storm? And I know every storm is different, but
Well, you figure 4 to 4,500 per winter.
for winter.
You want to put up, not saying that you're going to use it all, that's an expected amount to have put up. Because you have no idea,
And right now, you think you've got about 25% of that, you have about 1,000 yards,
possibly around that.
which is good coming into basically
I
November.
mean, it may be a little, it's around that.
Yeah, no, my question is based on thinking if we have a storm that you need to use that sand, it's not gonna be until at least October, probably not until November, December. So to have a quarter of our sand of what you normally use for the year available right now, that's good. We're in a good spot.
Because we had to buy more last year. We bought, what, 6? We ended up buying more than what we did originally. We
Yeah.
bought sand twice.
No, it's just, it's a good answer.
Yeah.
We're in a good spot.
Well, and the good part is if you have to buy sand twice again, it's right down the road.
Not ideally to do that in the middle of winter with the frost and the snow and it's. I will have our sand pile put up before winter.
Okay.
No way am I gonna wait till October to do it.
Got it.
Like August, September at the latest, and even that at the latest.
Yeah.
To put up our pile, because by that time of the year, I have a lot of other things to do before it snows, than to be dealing with that.
So,
So the pile you're gonna put up is gonna be 4,500.
I have to, again, the sand and gravel is sandwiched together and I need to have gravel for projects, so it's gonna be contingent upon what I have for money to move around at that point.
right,
Okay, so you'll.
So I don't-
The sand budget on.
Which is what I told him is, I'm not decided how comfortable, how much I can put up at this point.
Gotcha.
Ideally, I would wanna put up, even though we have 1,000. We'd still be smart to put up the 4,000 yards. It's not, if we don't use it, it's there.
but at $14 a yard, that's $56,000.
Right.
Which, that's okay, as long as you're.
I'm not saying that we're going to, but
Right, but that's, again, we're at 44%, some of those of your total budget at 50% point. Some of those funds are gonna be shifted back and forth with CRS, so you're gonna have this, gonna go in a better direction. Which says, okay, now I can use that to pay dollars from the sand. And I'm ready for end of the year.
I'm thinking about $40,000 to $45,000 worth.
Okay.
Which is what we had planned last year, and then we ended up having to do more.
No, you've got a good plan, just thank you for explaining it to us.
Just would like to get the okay that when I feel comfortable and how much that we can do this without going through 10,000 hoops, doing it's the local vendor on in our policy and bypass, trying to get people to get bids that are further away and not as good. Danbury's good quality, but it's the trucking issue.
Right,
And even having 2 6-wheelers, I would not truck it with a 6-wheeler from Danbury.
though we do have another vendor right in town, it's the same distance away, just the other direction.
Not that has sand,
What's that?
not that has sand.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Not
Nope. Not winter sand.
Okay.
No. So I'm just asking if I can,
Well, I think.
Well, I mean, so I guess what he's asking is to bypass the procurement policy without getting bids. Well.
I have a bid
Right.
without sending it out to bid and
Right, without sending
the
out.
trucking and all the other
Right.
ramaroos we went through last time that it cost us a lot more. And he's local and we've had 3 different grades of sand and 2 of them were very good and one was very not good last year. And you could tell the difference when you were loading and you could clearly see it.
From different vendors.
2 vendors, 2 of the contract vendors were good. Our own stuff was not good that we did at the shop. Tried to use it to save some money and it's,
What would it hurt to ask these other vendors if you did like the sand, what their price is next year?
I know what the price is, but the trucking part of that,
They won't deliver?
they don't, we have to get the same as last time. We have to hire trucks.
We have to go get it.
Yeah,
Right.
we use.
I mean, that's the thing, it's.
So you add in
So why don't you do
850, so you
The
get,
only ones that deliver it? Yeah.
Well,
I
we did buy some from Wonderlick last year and it was good. It was very good sand and it's literally almost across the street.
so Charlie, 850, I can go and get it.
I don't want you to have to go get it, that's what I'm
But
saying.
I'm saying, hold on, 850
Right.
at the pit. But then if you figure in the trucking from the pit,
Yeah, it doesn't make
Here.
sense.
we're gonna be higher than that
Right.
and it's not worth.
Yeah, no, we're in agreement with you. We're just making sure we're understanding this.
Right.
Oh, yeah, because I had that discussion, you and I had that discussion about,
Yeah.
okay, we're getting it at a really cheap price from GMI, if you remember.
Mhm.
And I said, yeah, but that doesn't take into your hourly wages for your driver, your truck, your fuel and everything else. So what you're saying makes perfect sense.
And the trucking is not, a set price per hour, but you still, there's a big variable in the trucking. And we, yes, we have 2 6-wheelers now, but we are not, it's not cost effective.
I don't
for
think anybody's
Houston.
advocating
No.
going to get sand. What my question was, were there other vendors that would deliver it? And I guess the answer is no. That's all I was asking.
But they might deliver, it, but
Not
the
for that
cost
price.
is the.
Not for that price. That's
Right, right.
They're all way above that, even not too much further up the road the other way in the 20s, and it's not far from our shop.
Yeah.
This is very good sand. They were, about the time you'd see the truck, the next truck would be coming, and it was done in a day and a half. And the other part we did was stretched out for weeks, tying us up. And we did have a lot of involvement in that. And this is one guy in the loader or the bulldozer, that's it.
Is there a motion to accept this?
I make the motion that we accept it.
It's not on the amount, just the amount per, the 14.
Correct.
This says the 42,000, but that part's not.
No, that's right. We're agreeing that you can enter under agreements with these guys.
Anyone want to see this?
No,
Just says the 14. I asked him how long it was good for, and he said he would hold that for this season's sand price.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. So yeah, go ahead and get what you need. Up to 56,000. Before
I'm
that,
hoping we don't do that much.
and I'd rather you're not have to come back and forth. That, try to keep the crowd go for some more loops.
That's appreciated. It's a lot of other things to do.
Right, all right. Moving on then. Go ahead.
Did Flagpole, did you get up to Flagpole to do any of those potholes?
Yeah, I said earlier that we made it up to the North Road. We haven't got to the one that, we have not, we're near there.
You're not near his house, but I think he got the pothole.
It was a big one on the right.
Right, that's the one I think was bothering him the most, but you
Yeah,
got that.
and I went up and I did see them, but we knew we were getting this machine and it was not worth going to spend double the amount and throw cold patch and then have to go back again. But yes, we made it to the North Road, so we only need to go from North Road up to, just before the ski area.
And this is just a question for you, like, I've been behind a loader at night sometimes, and like the big floodlights are on in the rear, when you're going down the road, can you turn those off when you're on the road? Because they're totally blind, the car behind you.
Yeah, they should be on alternating. I don't know, they should not be on, not all of them, but if you can't see, then they're gonna be on.
Yeah, so just maybe something mentioned to the guys or something.
put your sunglasses on, Charles.
It's night, it's nighttime.
I'm Mark, I'm George.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
Put the minutes reflect, that was Mark.
No, I was just gonna ask you if you were all done, your report.
yeah, I forgot something, well. Don't know.
All right, so cemetery, beach, and park, trash pickup. Thank you, Don, for doing it this last night with the cemeteries.
Yep.
Texting now.
We got it again today, so, something kind of slipped through the cracks, snuck up on me, which is the trash pickup at the various recreational and cemetery facilities. I'm here tonight to get the opinion of the select board and perhaps authorization to, I'll say, hire someone to do that for us. The beach really needs to be checked 3 times a week, Friday, Monday, and Wednesday, ideally. Seems to be a pretty good schedule. As Ms. Eklund alluded to, there was already 12 people there today, and I think we're gonna start to see a lot more traffic there. And that frequency of 3 times a week is good. And while you're at the beach, you might as well stop at Lakeview Cemetery and hit Proctor as you go by on your way to the transfer station. So last week I did the pickup for the first time this season. It took me about an hour, and it's about 15 miles round trip driving from the transfer station all the way to Chaffee and then back to the transfer station, about 15 miles. IRS rate right now is 72.5 cents per mile. So that works out to about just under $11 for the IRS for fuel. And then I was gonna take the temperature of the select board as far as what they thought a reasonable per day trip, and then ultimately a per week dollar amount would be. And then I do have, Jeff Sweet is interested in doing it, and, he just was curious what the rate might be, and then he would make the decision from there. So again, about an hour's worth of work. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4. There's about eight trash barrels that you have to empty, and the drive-in time. So wasn't too bad. I did it again today, and about the same, a little less. Not that I know.
Jeff must be board.
Don asked me about it, and I said, I would not go over $200.
No, I wouldn't go over 200. I was thinking actually 100 to 120 maybe for the week.
A week.
So Jeremy's.
I, don't get mad, but I'm pretty familiar with this. Why do we have trash barrels in a cemetery? Not all these places should be carry in, carry out. It doesn't even make any sense to me. When I got the email and I asked Don, and he said, well, I guess it used to get taken care of, but we're doing road work. And I said, we could help you if you need a hand picking it up, but I really don't have the time. But why would you need to leave trash in a cemetery?
It's mostly the artificial flowers and the,
Flower pots.
In the ball field, the sports teams should police that. They're having the events, they should
and they do. They,
take it out.
the,
You guys,
Tell the users.
the park really isn't the issue. It's the cemeteries and the beach that. They're mainly, that's gonna be the main focus.
So I got a couple questions on this. So on the beach, since Janet's not doing it, last year she was opening and locking up the
So
beach house,
what we're
right?
doing now is, I'm mostly dummy locking the beach, and then, the police will check it at night and lock it up. So they do a patrol through there anyways.
So they're locking it every night.
Joe goes down every
we
morning.
do get a call about the locks in the bathroom. A citizen had messaged me that the wall is locked in the bathroom, like when you go to the bathroom, the locks were broken. I said I would forward it to tell you, or they could call you, and I didn't know who was
I didn't notice that today when I was down there, but next time I'm down, I'll take it.
taking care of it,
It's
but I
just,
did get a,
it's literally just a book.
yeah, that I did get a message about that,
Hey, no,
And
is it okay if I
going
can-
back, so then my second question was going back to the rate. We're just saying flat rate, you're doing it,
Yeah,
We're
3
not-
times a week, flat rate,
okay.
they're
They're responsible for transportation or whatever. to do
their
this.
own equipment. Jeff's already filling in for us at the transfer station as needed. So he has the gate code and he has the code to get in to run the compactor and stuff like that. So
Jeff also takes in aluminum cans up to Bristol for us.
that's his other side hustle for us.
Thoughts?
I just want to make sure that we're not. That, don't want liability for driving, right? So it's like, yeah, we're paying you to do that. However you do it is up to you.
Kind of 10, doesn't.
Kind of 1099 type of
And
thing. Exactly, because,
he has to show his proof of insurance.
yeah, I'm not necessarily concerned about commercial
It
insurance.
won't be a W2,
Right.
it'll be
Yeah,
a
so it's gonna be a 1099
buying
thing.
fee, side dividend.
Right.
I think we already have him set up on a 1099 anyway, don't we?
He may be on a W2 now, but for this would be a.
Because of the stuff that
People shouldn't be driving for town business unless we're, you know, like we're sending them to a conference or something like that, that's different. But for this kind of stuff. Yeah, we gotta be careful of that.
Concerns?
I'm sorry. Being that he's doing the beach and the cemeteries, how would we separate?
I'll work with you on that.
Okay, I'm sitting here going, I'm not gonna figure this one.
You know what? But we'll know who posted it.
I guess you might have to make a trash line.
So what do we decide on rates?
No, not gonna.
No,
Yeah, so what, that's what I'm saying, what do we decide?
I think Don said $100.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, between 100 and 120, I think would be fair, so.
Seems reasonable.
not to exceed.
Take,
So, yeah, we need a number. So
120.
120, 120, I'll make a motion, we pay him $120 a week. So do the. And so you can refill like the toilet paper in the bathrooms and stuff? too?
No.
No, mine handles that, the same, guys that clean our offices first. That's a separate.
That's a separate thing.
Can we modify your motion not to exceed 100?
It's $120.
It's the same, it's a flat rate.
It's a- I'll second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Thank you, guys. And then I have one other quick one that popped up. The mini split in the library has died. I'm in the process of getting quotes. It looks like it's gonna just tip over that $10,000 mark. Do I have permission from the select board to deviate from that if I, get the most competitive quote, but it's probably gonna be over that 10,000.
You just have to replace the mini split? Or you have to make,
No, the compressor actually died. It's the head unit is okay, but the compressor died.
So it's gonna be more than 10 grand to replace the head unit for that?
No, for the compressor, the
For
whole,
the compressor?
the cheapest one I found so far is 10,300. For what they need, it's a pretty good sized unit.
And this is this library, not
This library, yeah.
that, so it's part of the town office.
That's installed. That's installed, ready to go. Is that okay if I?
I don't know who that is.
I mean, you can't have to have air conditioning, so that's what it takes,
I'll keep you guys posted. It may, the timing may work out, but if I get a good one, I'll get it with it.
Great. Thank you.
And that's all I had.
All right. And then, Plague Road.
So that's this gentleman right here.
Mr. Hollins,
How are you? Nice to meet you. I'd love to just hear the $10,000 thrown at everyone. Can't get road rage. So I didn't want to give, I couldn't make copies for everyone because I don't want to waste 300 pieces of paper. But I made one copy of a year's worth of emails. All right? I don't know who I give it to, but this is emails. All right, trying to get our road just graded. Okay, I've known you for a long time, actually. You were a coach for the basketball team.
yeah, I was.
Okay, so here is a year's worth of emails. We just want our road graded. Okay, it hasn't been graded since Thompson did it in the fall last year. We had Thompson do it, which he does an amazing job. I mean, Thompson, you know what I mean? Can't go wrong with that. There they are, haven't,
Yeah, I think that you're gonna find that most of these you sent to our previous,
huh?
I think most of these went to our previous road agent.
No, this is here. This is with him. And, yeah, this is,
Have you used Jimmy Thompson at all for grading?
no, so the Jim Thompson was with him before we hired him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the last time we got it great. All right. But anyway. You went on a couple days ago, right? I'm sorry. You went on the road a couple days ago, you said?
Just, 2 days.
Yeah. We haven't had it graded. We just want it taken care of. That's all. The road's a half mile long. The town holds about $85,000 in taxable revenue. I call that a cash cow, right? It's a half mile long. The maintenance is minimal. And you're pulling almost 100. Just think we took that road, it's almost 100, how many taxable 100, right? How many of these? So you got roads that are much longer, and we have to bring this one. We can't get that grade from people. I mean, that right there is equal, they don't run. You know what I mean?
But we are outgrading the roads.
And I've already been out the roads, I already see out the roads, they look pretty nice. So I went out and I pulled our road, I created a survey, I got the signatures,
Yeah, I got to.
everybody was not happy. And that was what he did in the payroll. So I call it the outlier. So, all right, but there's actually a survey in there too, I
I
get.
got it.
Yep, so I'm gonna show this gentleman right
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
This is a survey that went knocking on the doors.
Yeah, that's, Don said.
Yep. It's simple, it speaks for itself. I really don't even need to come and say anything, really. The emails and that say it all. Once road taken care of. Sorry, but you make 87,000 a year, 4 days a week, 10-hour days. People in this town make what, 37, 40,000 a year? You know what I mean? They got kids to take care of. You pull almost 90. Can't treat the residents like this. It's 2026. We take care of our own. They're taking care of you. You wouldn't buy a brand new vehicle, day one when you're hired. So we just need that road taken care of. A blade dropped twice a year. Or if it's dust, calcium put down. Or better yet, ditched. Take care of it. It'll increase the value. This is a business. We want to increase revenue, right? That's how we do it. We don't shit on our people. You just don't treat our people like this. I've lived in this town for 35 years. Okay, I went to that school. You don't treat our people like this. I'm sorry. That's all I gotta say. I want that road taken care of. This is, if I have to, it happens again. I will get all the signatures I need, because I don't have everybody in town, and we will relieve people of their duties. And I'll even help the hiring process on the next one. I know how it works. I know how it works.
But that, okay.
I'll get all the
That's not
signatures I need.
but okay.
Jim, that's all I need is the signatures, and we'll eventually make it happen. All right? Yep. Do we have our thoughts, Mr. Judge?
Well, we understand you completely,
Good. So when will the grader be up to?
I have no,
All right?
but we understand, and it will get done.
Yeah, because every other dirt road has been taken care of, so ours hasn't. So. When's the last time a grader's been on there? I mean, I have nothing to lie out here. I'm not, I'm being straight.
We're working on the main roads. You will live on a very low priority secondary road.
Again, it's a half mile road, and it's almost 100,000 revenue. That's called, we call it cash cow.
Nothing to do with it.
Okay? It's revenue. Okay?
It's not.
That road has been taken care of for almost a year now. Thompson did it last fall. The whole road is all potholes. You drove on it. Can you go 30 miles an hour? You can't. As a matter of fact, one of your own town employees, you watched him. He was maneuvering left to right to avoid the holes, which we thought was funny. And I emailed you, but it's right there. Again, Jim, I'm not buying, I don't have anything, I got better things to be doing, you know what I mean, than here. So I mean, if I come here and I say something, I'm being honest with you, I'm telling you, you know what I mean? I would love for you to go to that road tomorrow, check it out, one of you.
I was up there today.
Oh, I know, I saw you. Yeah, I know. I saw you.
In the beginning is a few potholes. There's a wash just above the camp.
So what I'll do is I'll send you a video, right? Because I don't have time to go back and forth. I'm not here for that, okay? I'm telling you what it's like. I have nothing to lie about. The people work hard for the money up there. They pay their taxes. And you got 4 houses that are paying over 10,000. So I mean, there's no reason why we can't get greater up there. I mean,
So we've already said it, the grader will get up there, I cannot tell you when that'll happen.
yeah.
But.
I know you guys are, and you know, so, right? I know how it works too, but
We have multiple dirt roads in this town.
I lived here for over 35 years. I know, I've heard it all. I get it. There's more roads here. I've taken our president to take care of for a year, so
Okay.
I'm here.
Thank
Get the emails.
Okay, that's great, thank you.
That works.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Matt,
Matt, I'm sorry.
hey, I'll be seeing you again from town. All right?
Thank you.
No, thank you.
So under signatures, we got the payroll manifest, which is $41,314.60. And we have the payables manifest for $123,218.93. And I already mentioned there are 2 yield tax levies, Jerry Hershey, and the second one is for Richard and Elizabeth.
Great. I make a motion to adjourn.